Very busy. She was very busy.
Oh.
Whenever I would say that, let's do this film together, she's like, no, I'm busy. And yeah, I think she just got some time off. She's like, acha, theek hai, finally tere saath kar leti hu.
Yeah,
I think they should wait and watch the film before passing any judgment, because that's easy to pass a judgment. But if you actually can wait a little bit and watch the film and then say, then you, of course, then say what you feel like saying. And we would definitely, if it makes sense, we would definitely, take it very seriously.
Hi Harshvardhan sir, hi Rajkummar sir. Welcome to OTTplay.
Thank you so much. Don't
Hi,
call me sir,
Harshvardhan.
please. Harsh, you can call him sir. He's pretty rigid, but not me.
Okay, it just came with the flow.
Okay.
So, I recently spoke to Harshvardhan sir, like
Yeah,
last.
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
and when I asked him like what prompted you to cast Rajkumar, I mean you in his film, he said that only you could have pulled off this character with the physical humor and all the aspects you have. So, do you agree that this role was tailor-made for you?
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's tailor-made for me, but I know that he was pretty sure that he wanted me to play Shardul. And I'm so happy now, and I'm so glad. I really thank my stars that I got to be a part of this film, because I was supposed to do another film on the same, which was also dealing with LGBTQIA community, but that film didn't work out, and this happened. And I'm so happy that I'm a part of Badhaai Do and got a chance to meet Harsh sir, and now I'm his friend for life.
Now I'm Harsh.
Now he's Harry. He's not Harsh, he's Harry.
And what took you so long to work with Bhumi? Because you both are like meant to call, you both are called powerhouse of talents. You both are you both star in movies which are so important or deal with issues and commercially successful. But what took you both so long to come together and entertain
Very
people?
busy. She was very busy.
Oh.
Whenever I would say that, let's do this film together, she's like, no, I'm busy. And yeah, I think she just got some time off. She's like, acha, theek hai, finally tere saath kar leti hu.
Yeah, I thank Harshvardhan sir for finally casting you both, and that too on an interesting subject like this.
That is the ultimate reality.
Yeah.
It required me to get
Somebody
them
like
together.
Harshvardhan Kulkarni.
And to be honest, what actually prompted you to play this role of a queer character and in uniform actually? Like, did you have any cause of concern or was it cause of excitement entirely?
To me or to Harsh? The question.
You, Rajkumar, yeah.
To me. I when I read the script, I see this character as, him being gay is one part of his life. It's not his only identity. I like the fact that he's this complex guy who thinks he's a macho man. He had dreams, like he still has those unfulfilled dreams, and he's got so much of pressure from the family, and he's a cop. He's not happy in what he's doing, and he wants some changes in his office space as well, where he works. So there's so much more happening to him. It's not only about that him being gay. Um, so I think I just love the fact that there's much more to him, and the relationship that he shares with Sumi, which is Bhumi's character, and the family. It's great. I think the character is so wonderfully etched out. It gave me so much scope to perform.
And Harshvardhan sir, what actually made you to set this story in Mussoorie, like in the heartland of India, not in a very urban space? What actually made you do it?
No, Aishwarya, it's not set in Mussoorie. It's set in Dehradun. And Dehradun is a
Right.
pretty urban place. It's a very strange place. Like if you travel 5 kilometers or 7 kilometers, then you suddenly feel, oh, it's a smaller town. But at the heart of it, it's very urban, and it's quite modern because of the kind of people who inhabited or who lived there. Also because of the defense services, being based out of there.
Yeah.
So a cool bunch of people also live in Dehradun. So it's not a small town by any chance. But yeah, the why did we want to do that is also because people in Delhi, Bombay, or bigger cities, like even now Bangalore or Chennai or Pune, one can get lost. Like I live in some corner of the world, like these two characters. There is not enough pressure of this intrusive middle class with them. Like in a Bombay right now, I don't even know what my neighbor is doing or whatever. That kind of thing has kind of dissipated the pressures or people, the way they would peek into your life. So Dehradun is a perfect place where it's still a smaller place in terms of the area wise. So where you stay, the pressure for them to be a couple is far more, to play act as a couple. So it's just the stakes are higher for the characters. Whereas if they had lived in a bigger city, it could have been easier, where the microscopic lens is not always on them. Nobody cares what you're doing. Here people care. Your neighbors are actually nosy. They want to know what you are up to. So it's even more stressful for the character. So which is why we based it in a town which is not a small town, but
Town.
the capital of Uttarakhand.
Yeah. And Rajkumar, like as an actor also, do you think these locations matter for the storytelling?
Oh, exactly. I think the geography of the film, it's very important to it. And I think Harsh chose Dehradun, as he rightly said. It's every 70 kilometers, it changes. You get to see mountains, you get to see rivers, and suddenly you are in a town area. Suddenly you're it feels like a small town which is still developing. There's so much more to offer. Dehradun has a lot more to offer. Yeah, it totally depends the character, where it belongs to, like, because that decides your language, the house, the geography of the place that you live in. It's so many things depends on that.
And
Clapping or you're killing mosquitoes?
No, I just clapped. Very nice. and killed one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. When you play a character, and this character, which is quite different from what you did. I mean, obviously, you always play a very unique character when you come on screen. Is there anything which is there any trait which you actually imbibe in yourself when you are just packing up, or you're just done with the whole shoot of the film?
No, it doesn't happen with every film. Very rarely that you would take something. But yeah, saying that, I'm way more awake now. I'm way more aware about the problems that the people in LGBTQI community they must be going through. Just because there are some beautiful scenes in the film which talks about that. So I think I'm way more aware than what I was earlier.
Yeah. I mean, when movies are made on these subjects, there's always a prejudicial mind which come when the trailer is dropped. Oh, people might be stereotyping or might be. So, what do you have to say about these already opinions which come along when it's just a drop which is shown via the trailer or the posters of the song?
Exactly. I think they should wait and watch the film before passing any judgment, because that's easy to pass a judgment. But if you actually can wait a little bit and watch the film and then say, then you, of course, then say what you feel like saying. And we would definitely, if it makes sense, we would definitely, take it very seriously. Because all of us involved in the film are very sensitive and very sensible people, you know.
Yeah. And would you like to add something, Ajay?
No, absolutely. I've told you before also, and I agree completely.
Yeah.
This pressure is never ending, and I think if we are confident about our process and we were honest about it, I think then there is nothing to worry. And if at all we fail somewhere or falter somewhere, I know for a fact that we have that kind of a character where I will put up my hand, or we will put up our hands and say, yeah, sorry. I mean, so we'll move. I mean, that's so. Firstly, is we have approached this topic with utmost sincerity and honesty. So I think, yeah, we all need to wait and watch the film. So these things for a trailer is just, yeah. So I'm also taking it with a pinch of salt. I know they're criticizing certain things, but I'm also not reacting to it because I know that what they're saying is finally going to be false when they see the film.
Yeah. Just wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and earlier when these characters were written based on LGBTQ community, it was just stereotypical with their mannerisms and everything, and like with humor touch. But here you are bringing humor, but you are actually also like it's kind of an educating, like making people aware what lavender couple and what marriage is. So while writing also and while acting also, like how do you actually go through that process? Like if you would explain those process and where you were also learning something while actually enacting those scenes. Uh,
Well, the writing process, of course, Harsh can and talk about that.
yeah.
But one thing that we were very clear of is that we don't want to make anything superficial and
Mm.
anything which is conventional or the way that we've been showing people from the community in a certain way in so many of our films. We wanted to really normalize things and we wanted to break stereotypes. And I think the credit goes to Harsh and Akshat and Suman, the way they have written it. Uh, and we just, both me and Bhumi, we just had to surrender to, what was written, what was there. It was their vision. It was Harsh's vision that we were following. And I think the credit goes to him.
Yeah. And when you play a character and when you move on to the another character, how do you switch off? Because your calendar is full every time. So how do you switch off while moving on from one character to another? Is there any process, or is it easier for you knowing that you have done tough roles from Aligarh, Trapped, and light-hearted movies like Badhaai Do or Hum Do Hamare Do? So how do you switch off from these characters?
Well, you
He
have
has
to.
a
There's no other
room.
way.
He has a room. He has a room where he enters and he formats himself.
I have a small machine in that room. I go there and I go, bang,
Format.
format. I come out.
All
Sorry,
control
sorry,
V.
sorry. Sorry, I was joking. Yeah.
No, eventually
No,
you
it's fine,
have
fine.
to, because you, of course, it's not like I finish one tonight and tomorrow morning I'm on another set. I don't do that. I take some days off because also I try and, bring in some change physically also in whatever,
Yeah.
whenever it's possible in my characters. So I do that. But yeah, it's eventually you have to. You can't be in that character. You can't be stuck to that character forever. Like
And
Harsh is
does this
stuck in
also?
this look for a very long time now.
That's because I'm trying to shave. You guys say don't shave.
Don't shave.
See?
And does this also help you in making decisions of your forthcoming films?
Does this as in like what?
Yeah, like from character, switching off your character from from moving on from one character to another. Like how do you bring those variations? Like
Yeah,
now I do light or intense or something like that.
so that's a very conscious choice that I'm making now. That I want to do characters and I want to be a part of films that really excites me as an actor. That challenges me, that gives me something new to explore, and to work with really exciting filmmakers who I respect and admire a lot.
Yeah. And another, you have done so many of these characters, and still is there any on your bucket list which you have not done and you wish to do? I have one to see you
You tell me. You tell me, please.
as an out and on action star.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
you have that on your mind?
No, but a couple of people have been telling me this, that you should do one out and out action film.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah, and the movie is just a week away, and it's on theater and theatrical after a period of time, after a couple of months, the film is coming on. So and there is already another film which is coming on OTT, and it's coming on the same day. But do you think that these things make people spoiled for choice when they're given multiple options to prefer OTT releases and theatrical releases?
No, not really. I think if a film is good, it will find its own audience, and especially our film. I think we are very hopeful. We are very hopeful that people will come and watch it, and there'll be a strong word of mouth because it's a good film. And after lockdown, especially now that things are getting better, people want to go out and watch films in theaters and enjoy those popcorns and sitting with your friends and families and laughing out loud together. That's a very fulfilling experience.
Yeah, even Sir told the same that for him, watching movie on the big screen is some other different experience
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was great talking to you both. All the best. Excited to watch
Thank
the
you.
film.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.